Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. Now, here's Fox. One thing, Doris, that should attract a lot of attention in this game, that matchup at the guard position. That is going to be special.
Well, that's the point of attack on both ends of the floor. And it's
bueno,
always
primero
fun
dos.
to see skilled and capable guards duel it out. It is like watching a great chess match.
Stolen. Here's Bassey. The kick out to Fox. Hits the three-point bomb.
And that quick shot by Fox is something you know he has worked on religiously. Nice finish.
Here's Randall from 13 feet. It goes down.
Tú tienes Randall de uno.
Design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown
Quinteto
shooter.
que tiene este pan.
That's not coming with the right mentality. The defender neither closes the space nor challenges the shot. That's frustrating as a coach, boy.
The wide open look here for Fox. Misses the jumper. Edwards inside. Randall surveying the D. Jacks up a three. 5 to shoot. Out to the right wing. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. It's a three-point game. You know, Greg, with the combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
Barnes down low. Pulls it up. San Antonio again missing. Timberwolves on offense. They trail by 3. Here's Edwards. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, Anthony Edwards with that frame on the interior, such a tough check.
Pass to Wembanyama. Here's Fox. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Fox has got 5 points so far.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And he knocks down the first one.
DB
Emerson's winning the most improved player back in 2021. Randall has stayed scoring at an incredible clip.
Yeah, Kevin, what makes this guy such a difficult matchup is his size and the ability to drive it. And now what you've seen is this evolution into a legit threat from three-point territory. He is such a difficult cover.
Vamos para ver como nosotros, muchachón.
Hammering that one home.
Here's Randall. It's good.
Claro que arrasar ese pana.
Randall's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked down, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much. San Antonio trailing here. It's stolen by Randall. That one goes. Counted. He has 6.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Here's Castle. San Antonio again missing. Fox with the steal. Poke loose. And now the fast break. Edwards with the ball. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
Well, Julius Randle, we know this, loves to finish despite being fouled. This guy will play through contact, no problem.
Que me siga dejando.
Spurs trail by 6. Pass to Bassie. Back to Fox. And nothing is falling for him right now. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. And the basket by Edwards.
Adding to their advantage, trying to find a way to blow this one open.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
Now Edwards. 8 points for him. Bassie pulls it in. Julius Randle getting it done for the Timberwolves. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D.
Estos quintetos de pan. Tiene un quinteto grandísimo. Entonces, si tú vienes y que con uno así no hay más. Como yo, pues va acá. ¿Y qué quinteto es? Yo que te transean, me da. Entonces, como defiende con la máquina, tú me tienes, nada más llega ella abajo ya.
They're controlling the pace of this game, pushing the ball up court and getting good looks in early offense.
San Antonio with the rebound. Barnes with it. Scoreless thus far.
Pronto.
Off target with his 3.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you gotta look at it.
Don't go away timing.
Oh, what a dunk! Look out below! Wow! How about Anthony Edwards, the bounce? Go ahead, Ant.
A pass to Fox.
Ah.
Again, the miss by the Spurs.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
Back to Edwards. At the elbow, Randle. And it goes down 2 points.
Dios mío.
Randle's got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, Julius Randle is getting to his spots and starting to really cook.
Pass to Barnes. Back to Fox. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Edwards can't connect from short range. And it's Barnes with the ball for San Antonio. Nothing offensively yet from them in the second quarter. And the basket by Castle.
Dale, estoy callado, es que estoy concentrado y quiero ganar este palo porque no me está dejando de 3. No va.
Edwards inside. Off target at the rim. It's Fox with the drive. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And for De'Aaron Fox, his 3-point shooting, Greg, has come a long way.
In his rookie season, he only shot 30% on 2 attempts per game. But his volume and efficiency have both gone way up, and it's made him much more dangerous offensively.
Anthony Edwards getting into that pull-up game. Nicely done.
Pass to Castle. Here's Wembanyama. Gobert with the block. They get it back. The Spurs working the ball around now. Clock at 6. Here's Castle. Another shot. Wembanyama, no good. Outside Edwards. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
takes them. Bank shot, no good.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
From outside, off the mark.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And the shot is good. Castle's got 5 now.
What a creative shot by Castle, opting for the soft touch.
Here is Edwards. He's got 13 to the inside. And the rejection by Wembanyama. From outside the arc. Oh, Wembanyama spacing the floor.
Sometimes you watch Wembanyama and think this guy is
Dear.
a cheat code, hitting threes at well over 7 feet tall.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
Give yourself a round of applause. Substitution on the court.
Now here's Paul. Sohan with the screen. Gobert pulls it in. Minnesota leading by 3. Randall outside. Picked him clean. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Pass to Champagny. In the corner, Sohan with it. And here is Vassell. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Randall. And that time, also a missed shot. The Spurs shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
The rejection by Paul. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach.
Pasa que yo juego mucho PlayStation. Entonces en el PlayStation tiro es diferente. Muchas veces juego en la PC y tengo como que acostumbrarme a tiro de nuevo. Y viceversa, si estoy en el Play tengo como que cogerlo un poco.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become...
What a sweet jam by Edwards.
Boy, great gamble by Julius Randle. Sets up the transition game.
And it's Mamu Kelishvili missing. Minnesota leading by 5. Edwards drives in. Count it. And with that basket, he's now 9 of 15 from the floor.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
You know, possessions like that will help them feel good going into that final quarter.
Pass to Sohan.
Déjate.
Just 5 on the clock. Vassell wide open. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Here's Edwards. Edwards loves it in there.
I think his teammates understand that Anthony Edwards has every aspect of his offensive game working, so let's make sure he's got the basketball. Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
And Edwards with the stuff.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Vassell outside. There's a good screen. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Lets the three fly. And it's Sohan missing. Timberwolves leading by 8. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. And those advanced numbers, Doris, they show Rudy Gobert is historically great.
Kevin, I love that you are an analytics lover, but for me, it's about the eye test. Rudy Gobert has won the Defensive Player of the Year on more than one occasion. He's played on winning teams, and he's been an integral part of their success. He is one of the all-time great defenders we've seen. Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Pass to Sohan. Mamu Kelishvili. Oh, and he misses the dunk. Here's Edwards. The muscle from Edwards.
Man, that strength and concentration from Anthony Edwards. Yes, there's contact. Doesn't bother him.
And here is Paul. 6 points for him. Driving the lane. Pass to Mamu Kelishvili. And that one's drained from the low block.
Now, CP3 knows every string to pull on the offensive end. What a pretty pass.
Here's Edwards. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
This is unbelievable. He has over half the team's points right now.
Paul outside. There's the triple. Great D that time from Edwards. Minnesota leading by 9. Edwards going all the way.
Boy, Anthony Edwards out in transition, knows his teammates made a defensive play, and wisely leaks out.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Fires the 3. A shot by Champagnie, no good. Minnesota with the ball. Edwards on the bounce. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws. You hear, Doris, people now calling Anthony Edwards one of the faces of the NBA. And I'm assuming you'd agree.
100% agree, because the skills are extraordinary. The development in his decision-making has gone leaps and bounds from where it was. Beyond that, Kevin, he's a lockdown defender, one of the best competitors, fearless in the big moments, and one of the most charismatic young men in the league today. This guy is spectacular.
And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
And that one drops.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. We've seen him miss a couple from the line so far, going 2 for 4.
A year ago, he had an 84% success rate on his foul shots. So he was a guy they were always happy to see at the line.
Pass to Champagnie. It's good from long range. Champagnie's got 5.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight.
And what you love about Edwards is how intense he is. God plays hard every minute he's on the floor.
Here's Vassell. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
And a big-time three to cut it to single digits. They've kept it within reach, but they...
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Spurs trail by 9. Fox from outside. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
I'll tell you what, Fox shooting now in rhythm. You got to respect also his decision-making, really getting a good feel for how the D is playing.
And it's denied. One-on-one fast break. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. So, Greg, the Spurs last year began 15-56, but it was the ending that they're really hanging their head on. They won 7 of their last 11 games.
And over that closing stretch, Wemby averaged 27 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 blocks. A small glimpse into the potential of this young superstar.
Edwards with a tough shot.
Outstanding touch, boy. The floater is good for Anthony Edwards.
Three-pointer, Fox. Minnesota with the rebound.
And you can tell right there, the defense is totally fine with him shooting that. That's not his game.
Kept alive. Reed gets the bucket.
And this is something this guy takes pride in, capitalizing on second chance opportunities.
Pass to Wembanyama. Back to Fox. Here's Castle. On the wing, Barnes. Hits it from three-point range. Barnes has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
This is a big part of what makes Harrison Barnes tick, right? Spot-up shooting off the catch, one of his truly strong suits.
Here's Castle. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Castle. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
That's a confident shot right there by the rookie. Castle wants to keep improving that part of his game.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him. So Edwards will go to the free throw line. It's going to go on De'Aaron Fox. And so Fox will bring it up for the Spurs. Pass to Bassie. Here's Castle. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
And what I like about Castle's game is the versatility, right? He's a legitimate two-way threat who's willing to take on whatever role helps the team.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Spurs trail by 3. To the middle. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Even in his rookie season, it's easy to see Castle's leadership.
Gobert, the screen. Here's Edwards. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Here's Castle. To take the lead, here's Bassie. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And you can just see by the way he fought for the putback that he's still got a lot of gas in the tank.
And doing that kind of dirty work down low makes a huge difference in a game this close. What a play on the offensive glass.
Fox looking it over. Pass to Barnes. Good, and a nice assist from Fox.
Oh, that is absolutely monumental. And you have to admire the way Barnes carries himself right now. I love his poise.
Back to Edwards. It's stolen. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Here's Castle.
bucket by Castle. Get out and run.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Outside Edwards. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Fox with the steal. In transition, here come the Spurs. And the shot goes down. And it's a 5-point Spurs lead. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for San Antonio.
Palomo viejo. No sabe jugar.
And they've shown
Le salió por tigre. Nada, mi gente, eso sí fue todo. Ustedes saben, pero disfruten el video y hablamos luego.